dear friends, this is Sandeep Patil and today I'm here with a very unique video. In this video I'm going to tell about all the psychology behind speaking. Speaking with a fluent person, speaking in public, speaking in giving a presentation, everything. A very important video. I'm going to give you, as I said here, a 4-question technique. Such a powerful technique which will help you to make a better decision before you go on the stage or before you give a presentation or before you talk to someone who is more fluent than you. A very powerful video, how to handle fear of speaking. Many of us have this fear. If I ask you this question, that 3 fears we have. First will be death. We have the fear of death. This is the first fear. All of you will agree with this. Second we have is fear of public speaking. Everyone has this fear of public speaking. And the third fear we have is death while public speaking. First is death, second is public speaking, and third is death while public speaking. This is it's such a powerful fear, it controls so much. And I have seen many people compromise with their careers. Many people I have seen, they never go on the stage and they speak. They hesitate to speak with their boss who is more fluent than them. They hesitate to do that call because the person on the other side is very fluent. They don't go on the stage and give a talk. Why? Because they are so much afraid of public speaking or speaking to one-to-one also. Now see here, how to handle this. Here you have to use your psychology, here you have to use your mind, here you have to use your thought process, how it works. And I will explain you that. Self-communication, the self-talk. See, understand here the self-communication is there when you talk to someone, when you're about to go on the stage, or when someone offers you that tomorrow you have to go and give a presentation. At that instant, there is something which happens in your head that is called as the self-communication, the self-talk. And I have always said that the quality of your life depends upon the quality of communication you do with yourself every day. The quality of your life depends upon the quality of the communication you do with yourself. In short, what is communication with yourself? What is called as thinking? Thinking is nothing but the self-talk, the question and answers which you do with yourself. So when someone asks you that, will you go on the stage and do the anchoring, or will you go on the stage and speak for a couple of minutes, or will you come here and talk about how was the session today and how you felt? Like if there is any function in your institute or in your organization, and after the function is over, the speaker asks you to come on the dais, come on the stage and give a talk. At that instant, there is a very quick communication which happens with yourself, and that communication is important. Here, the words are not important if you want to be a good communicator. First is the communication, the self-talk. We always talk about the communication with others, but we never think about the self-communication. We have to think about the quality of self-communication which we do with ourselves. In short, if you ask lousy questions, bad questions, negative questions, your brain will give you lousy answers. If you say that, oh my God, it's horrible, how can I go on the stage, I can speak, I can't do that, your brain will say, you are right, you can't do that. But if you ask your brain a better question, like you can ask, how can I work on my communication skills? How can I go on the stage and handle my nervousness, my fear, my phobia? Your brain will tell you that, oh yeah, go and join Sandeep Patil's class. Oh, by the way, one more thing I have forgotten to tell you, that we are going to start residential courses. A residential course with me at my native place. And it's an amazing program. All the details are given. WhatsApp this number. My team will give you all the information. Basic. It's not a downloadable video. It's not an app. With me, you will be staying here in my institute and you will be getting all the training. Want to be a good public speaker, good communicator, mentally strong? Go and message my team. They will help you out. Oh, come on. Let's come here. Self-communication. 4-question for rational thinking. See, the word is very important here, rational thinking. We never think about that. We never do rational thinking. We always do irrational thinking. What is the difference between that? In one line, I'll tell you. Rational thinking will help you to take you towards your goals, will help you in the long term. But irrational thinking, illogical thinking will take you towards disaster in your career. So I will help you now how to make better decisions. Suppose someone offers you that, okay, come on the dais and speak. Now we are confused. What happens? Confused means what? Our emotional part of the brain controls the rational brain. Emotional part of the brain means what? That part of the brain called amygdala, which was developed lakhs of years before, during our origin, during those evolutionary days. This part takes over the rational brain and it says, don't go. It's very dangerous. You can't do that. At that instant, you have to make yourself think rationally. You have to think rationally. And how to think actually rationally is this. As I said, thinking means what? Asking better questions to yourself. And here I'm going to tell you what kind of questions you have to ask to yourself. Be present. Don't leave the video. Have patience. Many people tell me that people have no patience. But if you watch my videos up to the end, I'm sure that all your problems of speaking will be resolved. On my channel, I do not put any other content. I put only communication skills, English fluency, public speaking, and emotional personality content. And I'm happy that you all like it. Let us come here. The 4 questions. First of all, we have to understand this particular concept, which is very important. Short-term pleasure or long-term happiness. As I said, rational thinkers do not want short-term pleasure. What they want? Long-term happiness. So this is the criteria for making a decision, long-term happiness. But most of the people aren't able to do that. They think only about short-term pleasure. And I will tell you how to separate this and make your brain think more rationally. First question. Suppose someone asks you that, okay, tomorrow come and give a presentation. What bad will happen if I do it? Ask yourself and write on a paper. Of course, you have to write down on a paper sheet or on a paper. Think on paper. Think on paper. Don't trust your memory. Your memory is not trustworthy. So many thousands of thoughts. It is said that 80,000 thoughts hit your brain. You can't remember every thought. And this is like disciplining your thought process, disciplining your thinking. If you want to discipline your thinking, you have to write on paper. Otherwise, you can't discipline your thoughts. So write down, what bad will happen if I do it? I will answer all this. What bad will happen if I do not do it? What bad will happen if I do not go on the stage, give a public talk? What good will happen if I do it? What good will happen if I do it? If I go on the stage, what good will happen? What good will happen if I do not do it? Let us take one question and analyze that. First question, what bad will happen if I do it? What worst will happen? The worst thing that can happen, what can happen if you go on the stage and if you speak? I think what worst will happen is you will not be able to deliver a talk. I will not say you will fail. This is a wrong word. You will not fail because failure is an event, not a person. That particular presentation you did not perform well. This does not mean you are completely failure. Never. And if you want to be a good communicator, you have to go on the stage and you have to fail. On the stage, you are not a failure. You have to fail on the stage. That's the difference. So if you go on the stage, what will happen? What worst will happen is you will not perform properly. You will be nervous. You will be sweating. Your friends may comment on you. Some of you will say that it was okay, nice, well done, well tried. Some negative people will say never do this. You can't do this and all. Fine. Are you going to die? As I said, that amygdala brain is there, which triggers nervousness, panic when you go on the stage. Why? Because that brain is designed to survive lakhs of years before when there was a threat to your life. So nervousness was generated during those days. Today, when you go on the stage, you're not going to die. You will be nervous, you will sweat, fine, that's fine. But that does not mean that you're going to fail, or this does not mean that your boss will fire you. Nothing is going to happen like this. People will help you, some of them will comment, but sky is not going to fall. Catastrophe is not going to happen. That you have to write. What worst will happen? Write it down. And then you will realize that not very bad will happen. And actually what you think, most of the time that doesn't happen. Sometimes it may happen also. Like your colleagues will laugh at you, you will go blank there, everyone is staring at you. Don't say, oh, it's a big insult. It's not like that. That is what I said. The quality of communication which you do with yourself will decide the quality of your life, the achievements you have in your life. What bad will happen if I do not do it? What bad will happen? Think. First thing will happen is you will lose your confidence. Second thing will happen is you will lose your self-respect. Third thing will happen is you will not get growth. Fourth thing will happen is you will always fear going on the stage. Tell me how many things I can tell. In short, though you have a lot of talent, though you are intelligent in doing all the work, but if you aren't able to go and express, you will never grow. Your family will suffer, your salary, your package, all will be less. What's the use of this? This is going to happen if you do not go on the stage. That's the point here. That's the point. That is what I say. Think future, think vision. Everyone has eyes, but very few people have vision. What good will happen if I do it? If you do it, what good will happen? First thing, you will feel good about yourself. Second thing, you will develop your confidence. You will have that confidence in you. Wow, I can do it. And let me tell you one thing. Everyone is a public speaker. Everyone is a public speaker. There are no born speakers. There are trained speakers, and the best example is me. Alright? So, good package, good growth, leadership position. You can go and influence many people, their lives. I mean, the list is endless. List is endless. Why you are stopping them? Why? Who is stopping you? You are stopping you. Enemy is not outside, the enemy is inside that is stopping you. And that is what I am going to change you here. What good will happen if I do not do it? Well, if you do not do it, one good thing will happen. You will sit comfortably, you will not be disturbed, you will not be nervous on that day or 4 days, 5 days before the presentation. You will be calm and composed. Fine, that's great. And you will be sitting in the audience and clapping and finding faults in the person who is giving the talk, or you will be thinking like, wow, I'm safe here. I just survived. I'm so lucky. I'm not there sweating and fretting and getting nervous. I'm not there. And that is what you think that good will happen, but that's what I'm trying to tell you here is short-term pleasure or long-term happiness. You will get a short-term pleasure by sitting and not participating. People have sight but not vision. Sight means short-term pleasure. Vision means long-term happiness. Now you can decide what you want to do. I have given you the 4 questions. What is better? Do you want short-term pleasure? You can sit in the audience and don't do anything and just look at what the person is saying. But if you have a vision, go and face it. Go and fail. Go and fail. You will fail, and that's absolutely okay. That's absolutely okay. In this way, you can make decisions, dear friends. These are the 4 questions. And this is not applicable only for speaking. This can be applicable everywhere in your everyday life. 4 best questions you can ask to yourself. And now you can decide what you're going to do. In the comments, write down. What is your decision? Do you want short-term pleasure or long-term happiness? Pleasure will be instant for some time, but happiness will last forever. This is the way I take my decisions. And today I have reached here because of this. Hope friends, all of you like this video and you're going to take action on this. Come on friends, come on. Make better decisions. Your self-communication, your thinking is more important than what people see. No one can hurt you, no one can tear you down more than what you do. Take care. Goodbye all of you. Namaste.